What's up, peeps? I put out the question in the video a video ago, and I got comments on that video. And the comments do read of the video that's called "Is Chillmonger too Black Panther for your liking?" Couple of them, okay? Anansi the Spider, can you please do a video about Vixen, Mari G. McCabe of DC Comics? She's an incredible character, but is so underutilized. And then I'll combine it with this one from Pam: top 5 canonically black characters from Marvel and DC who should be on screen. You can do the top 10 of each franchise. I know the video you want me to do about Vixen is more like a video talking about her in depth. She's an incredible character. Chillmonger has never read a Vixen comic book and can't provide more. But I can answer that first question that was asking about representation. We'll start with DC. Number 1 character I would like to see on screen of the DC brand. Superhero Static Shock. I would go there. Needs to be on screen because there was a popular TV series that we got, and those kids are old enough to have kids of their own. That's 2 generations that can benefit from this kid on screen, this teenager being there. Number 2 of my top 5 for DC, I'll go to Vixen. Now, Anansi, before you asked, I looked up the character. The powers of Vixen is given by Anansi. There's an artifact that allows for Vixen, to have the animal powers. Now, and more than that, I'm going off of what I saw on the computer. When Vixen was in the Justice League animated series, Justice League Unlimited, she became more popular. She does 2 things for me, and for studios, I should say. Black woman. We know that they don't care about holding it. Okay, look, I'll put it this way. That's underrepresented groups, 2 of them combined in one. So when the movies are being made and the ensembles casts are happening and they need to, oh my God, we're too white. We're going to be doing racism. We're doing sexism. No. Let's do Vixen because she satisfies both of those quotas. Oh. Allowing for her to be used more and more. I would advocate for that character, for Vixen. Then there's the color scheme of her. How many are wearing orange outfits? Come on now. Vixen adds and a positive role model associated with that continent that I call Al-Kebulan because I don't want to glorify a colonizer. I give it to Vixen for that, for number 2. The third most prominent character I would put in DC needs to be on screen. More people need to know. I go to Icon. Icon has a package deal with Rocket. They're going to count as one pick because, yes, there's the super space travel worthy stuff, and then there's the ground level also. There's the thoughtfulness. There's the origin, which I think is a lesson that people can learn and see from. There's something of a different connection. We haven't really gotten a Batman and Robin the way it should be done in live actions on screen. We can have an Icon and Rocket banter between each other. I'd advocate for he and her. Icon's powers, maybe some detractors are going to say he's too similar to Superman. Chillmonger doesn't care. Shazam is too similar to Superman, right? Number 4 on DC. Let's go. Is it Cyborg? Not Black Lightning. I said Vixen. Mr. Terrific. With James Gunn's casting of Eddie Gathebe, Eddie, the blackface issue isn't really an issue to me. But with that casting, I think that people have generally grown interest. Marquise Draper is an associate editor at DC Comics. We spoke about this a couple of videos ago on a live stream with Paul, on a live stream with BJ Kicks and Marcolin, I should say. But the editor, Marquise Draper, is an associate editor who's been infusing Mr. Terrific here and there, understanding that the Superman legacy will build this character's brand. This character is intelligent. We need that representation. Cast Jonathan Majors. Eddie, make accident happen. Jonathan Majors needs to be cast. Go Bassam Youssef him. Let's get Jonathan Majors as Mr. Terrific. And number 5 on the character on screen representation who needs to be there. Gotta go ahead and give it to my main man, Cyborg Victor Stone from the Teen Titans. There's a generation just like Static who knows all about him and grew up and had kids. and watch the Teen Titans Go show with them. And there's probably 3 generations by now who know about them. They were a popular comic book. Them on screen, ensemble cast and all, having Cyborg, who I thought from the TV show was number 2 lead of the team. He's already pretty known. He's already got a catchphrase. There's already been work done on him with the 2012 live action film. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Cyborg as my number 5 guy who needs to be on screen if DC is doing a reboot of their universe on films. I'd give it to Cyborg for sure. When Green Lantern John Stewart was hot and popping, it didn't matter because they made a Green Lantern TV show featuring the white guy Hal Jordan. That was the Green Lantern. When they needed someone for the Justice League, they chose Cyborg over Green Lantern because they know they needed somebody black. It can't just be a whole white team. That's just somebody. I recognize Green Lantern to the studio has a built-in exit or revolving. What do you call it? What's this? What's the motion I'm doing right now where you swap? He's got that in him where he'll never be able to just gain steam unstopped. And I've done videos on it. If you've never seen it before, Pam, go check out my videos on Chillmonger. Search bar the word Green Lantern or John Stewart, and I get more in depth about it. So we got Static, number 1 hot top tier hot TV show. Vixen because she satisfies both of the equation. And Pam, since you're a member, go watch the video I did on Morph and Storm in this new X-Men 97. It's kind of the same thing is what I think about when it comes to skin tone and women and all that stuff. It's for members only. It only costs $1. I used to have $1 around here. Here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. 4 Canadian quarters. I used to have the loonie. Where's the loonie? I should be like, there's a loonie. But no, she got 4 quarters. And then DC is over. Here we go with Marvel. Number 1, Black Panther. Self-explanatory. Why go deeper? Next, Storm. This is a woman who is featured, but on the X-Men. Yeah, it's an ensemble cast. Yeah, she's not the lead, as in lead casting, not so much leading the team. Lead cast, she's not that. But because the X-Men are so high profile, the benefits of representation and the effects of it will be felt. I talked about this when Carl Weathers died. Rocky Balboa, the franchise, gets replayed over and over on TV every year. It's always on TV. A generation grew up on those movies. Well, since it was such a high-profile movie, the supporting character of Apollo Creed was glorified. Thankfully, he was playing, in the first movie, maybe he wasn't the fittest or the best representative. Maybe he's a little bit cheeky here and there. But, a winner, a friend, he grows into something more for 4 movies. And then we're all sad when he dies because of the love that we, the audience, have had. And when I say we, I'm talking about if your skin is lighter than Chillmonger's. The benefits of representation were used. I hate only talking about representation for this one very important reason. Aspirational role model. I hate only talking about that. White people need representation to influence their beliefs of how capable and how worthy of their care is a black person. That's representation, super important for both of those. And I love focusing more on the white people who are going to make up the police officers of the world, the doctors in the world, anyone who's going to be in some sort of holding the door open for the person behind you. Are you more likely to do it for someone who's darker skin? You're going to humanize them. Are they worth waiting for? Or are you going to say, no, I'm late. I got to get to where I got to go to because their skin's not light enough. You're going to dehumanize them. It's just very useful. I said Storm, right? I talked about everything but Storm. Omega level mutant, as they said. There's no limit to her powers. She can change the weather. Haircut's beautiful. She is herself beautiful. She's viewed as beauty. That's good. That's a positive thing to push. Just cast appropriately. Get her on screen. Number 3 from Marvel. Where do we go? Well, it should be Miles Morales, according to everyone right now. The thing is, his animated movies made him popular, but he's got problems. So I'm going to take from Marcus. Marcus back with the bus on the same live stream with Mark and Paul on a different live stream. Marcus was telling me he needs to change, get out of Brooklyn, right? He needs to not live there anymore. I agree. I would do Miles Morales as my number 3 on screen just to build off of the success of the popularity and whatnot. Change his name, move him to Las Vegas, focus more on his camouflage abilities, Venom shock, and less so webs. Not that they're not there, but less so that. Make the primary usage of his powers the things that are unique to him. So Miles Morales gets that. Number 3, we call him something else. The same way I called her Storm and I say Black Panther instead of Ororo, T'Challa. I don't want to say Miles. I want to say his name. Araña is under their belt. There's already a female character named that, but Captain Marvel goes person to person to person. Call Miles Araña and we're nice. Or find another Spanish word. I don't know the Spanish language. Pick a word for it. Number 4 on the Marvel side on screen. Man, do I go Photon? Do I go Blue Marvel? Not Blade. I don't think he's a role model. Maybe I'll put... The story of Blue Marvel is so important, but his name sucks. I'll go Photon ahead of Blue Marvel, and we're going to call Monica Rambeau Photon only. We'll never address that brief period of stupidity where Marvel was, we got to keep the trademark. Let's call her Captain Marvel. I don't want... which one? That one for Monica. Exclusively referred to her as Photon. One of the problems with the Captain Marvel sequel is they never referred to her by her name at all. Her name is Photon. We could have popularized that branding. Never happened. Monica's light powers, anything on the electromagnetic spectrum is under her control. What? Infrared? She can just brainwave functioning, things that light words I can't even think of that have 7 have 7 syllables and are adjectives that Neil deGrasse Tyson uses. That's what Monica Rambeau has. So Neil deGrasse Tyson can play Blue Marvel in the movie, but that's Monica. And then the 5th character on the Marvel side, on-screen representation. How many more characters? I guess I have to give it to Blue Marvel. I can't think of anyone that I would want. Not sidekicks. Falcon. Maybe Falcon. But the thing is, he goes Captain America. And I don't like that. So not him. Not for that reason. They pissed me off. And too many. He's tainted too many. War Machine, no. Riri Ironheart. Until they do something different with her, no. Guys who are not secondary. Oh my god. Okay, let's give it to Blade. Just to build on the popularity. I said that Static has a generation of kids. Blade, people grew up with Blade for 3 movies. And there's a generation that have seen that on TV play over and over and over. Now them are 18 years old and they're old enough to have their own money to buy movie tickets. I guess I got to give it to Blade over Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel can be in Monica's movie. That's that. Appreciate you for coming in. I now have to do a music review because Trinity made me.